Hey guys, my name is Akriti. Welcome to my channel because this is going to be my first video ever. Now इससे पहले मैंने बहुत बार YouTube पे वीडियो बनाई है but it has never really got much attention, and to be honest I was scared to start because I did not have the best setup. I am basically a broke kid and I don't know, like मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा बेकार फील होता था because I just turned 18 and I'm broke and I don't have the best background and I don't have the best lights and I just don't have it all, and it's okay. And to be honest, I'm not scared anymore about what if people don't see this, like what if this never reaches people, because this is just something that I love doing. And to be honest, I just don't care if this does not reach much people because it is what it is, and I just love doing this. I just love creating content, so I am focusing on loving the journey more than the destination. So yeah, that's my goal, and I don't care if this does not really like do well, because when I will be 80 on my deathbed, I will be satisfied that, you know what, when I was 18, when I had just turned 18, I did something. And to be honest, I'm a very intelligent and strategic person, so yeah, I actually like I have built a strategy in my mind, and this is what I want to do. I'm not even like scared or feeling like missed out on the background or like mic or something of that sort, because to be honest, that is not the real content. The real content is going to be what I'm going about, like what I'm about to say, like my words. So yeah, I have yapped a lot, so let's start the video. Okay, so basically, this is $1 million question, which is, why are you not able to love yourself? Okay, for some people, it just comes naturally. So, why do you have to like push against it to reach there? And why do some people naturally have it? Now, for like to solve this question, we have to go back to your childhood. Now, when we are little kids, we are just figuring ourselves out. We don't have an identity yet, so we are like a sponge. So whatever our parents tell us and our teachers tell us and the people that we rely on tell us, that becomes our identity. Like that, we start to attach little fragments, and we start to build our identity because we don't know who we are yet, we don't know where we stand in the world yet. So like when they treat you, certainly, like for example, me, I was like deeply abused as a little kid. I have like been abused by my parents, like physically, emotionally, psychologically, in every way. Okay, I've been abused by my teachers, I've been abused by my parents, I've been abused by my friends, I've been abused by like the only love interest that I've ever had. And yeah, so I've been abused a lot. Okay, so when I was 7, there was this one teacher who used to treat me like I'm such an embarrassment, and so that thing stuck with me. Now, you also must have had someone in your childhood who made you feel like you were not worthy enough, or like who just made you feel unloved. I have had multiple people like those, but the thing is that my brain temperament is just wired differently. Okay, everyone's brain is just like physically it's different. Okay, the brain is like very different, like certain, like if the if my amygdala is more, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. I was a biology student for 2 years, but I'm starting to forget like bits. But anyways, if that part of my brain is more active, then it can be that it is less pronounced in yours, and that can happen absolutely. And that is exactly like that can make us very different. Okay, certain parts of my brain will be more active and certain parts of your brain will be more active than mine, like compared to mine. Okay, this is what like makes us different. Like this is why we process things differently. And so you're different and I'm different and X is different and Y is different, everyone is different. This is why. And so you also must have had moments in your childhood which made you feel a certain way. You have to introspect and just dive into your childhood. What was that thing which made you feel like you were weird and you were like crazy, and like you could be 7 at that time, you could be 5 at that time, you could be 4 at that time. I gained my consciousness when I was 3, so I remember like almost everything vividly about my life since I was itna like, okay. And you have to figure that like you just have to take a deep dive in your childhood, because that is like when you just build your identity, you know. That is also, you have to like introspect a lot. Introspect, just like introspect like crazy. That is like your number one thing. Always and always like introspect. You just have to like go very deep into your childhood, and you have to really like think about it, like that incident, what did that make me feel back then when I was 7, when I was 4, when I was 6? How did that make me happen? My father said that to me. How did that make me feel? You know, we just tend to forget and we say बचपन की बातें हैं, वो क्या याद करनी. But वो बातें याद करनी ज़रूरी हैं, because they literally leave an like imprint. I will give you an example. So basically, when I was little, embarrassment was actually used as a weapon against me, okay? So there was this one person that I relied on as a little kid. Every kid relies on like a person or two, and or maybe 3, like a teacher also. Teachers also play a huge part in your life. You never ignore the teachers, okay? They play a huge part, okay? Someone used to tell me every single time that me being excited for my birthday was embarrassing. My face, it was embarrassing. My like, I don't know, like everything about me was embarrassing. The way I ate, the way I drank, the way I like everything, like you cannot even imagine it. Like such little details. And they told me that, you know what, this is embarrassing, you need to do this differently. And I was only 8, 7, 6, 4 and 5 and 9 and 11 at the time. So yeah, I have healed a lot on my own, but I think that only a therapist can help me with this, because this has left such like it has left a scar behind that I cannot like really like deal with alone, because this is like really deeply, just like attached to my identity. When I was so little, it just attached itself to my identity and how I see myself. Until this date, no matter how much I try, like I cannot eat in front of other people because I expect someone to make a face and like really like tell me that I look very ugly or something of that sort. So it has left a scar. But is that permanent? No. I think the word meme, Taylor Swift uses it, but the word meme is actually genuinely like very dramatic, and I don't think that anything like memes you. You just like dramatically put the word out. That's just my opinion. But yeah, if you really look at it, like your brain is plastic and nothing can meme you. It can only meme you when you really like romanticize it and like use it dramatically. But even then, life goes on, and it cannot really like meme you if you really work on it. If you don't give it control, you know, if you like introspect and you realize like you need to identify every single thing that like affects you, positive and negative. You need to really like watch it closely, okay? Just like the every positive thing that's affecting your life, watch it, okay? Like recognize it, like catch it, just like the thought, like a pattern, catch it and keep it with you. The negative thing that affects your life, catch it and keep it with you. Like, catch those patterns and those thoughts and all these things, and then you have to like open your fist, and then you have to see that who are you? Seriously, where did you come from? Why is it that this like why does this pattern even exist? why do you exist? You have to, like, the best thing about life is like being able to really like look into your mind and like really be able to like understand yourself, like the patterns and all these things. Okay, to like take a very deep look into your mind, like always and always notice patterns about yourself. Okay, if it does not happen naturally, you have to like do it, because it really genuinely will improve the quality of your life. I promise you, seriously. I have so much wisdom. I'm 18 and I have so much wisdom because I knew everything when I was young. Everything. Seriously. I have never really thought that, you know what, like, yeah, I think I know less because I'm 12. No. I knew a lot when I was 12. And I know a lot even at 18. Okay? And I think I will know like everything when I'm like 80. And to be honest, you, by everything I don't mean that I know all about the universe, I know all the physics, I know how every star works and all this bullshit. I don't really care about that. To be honest, there are two universes and one is you and the other one is everything around you. I care about myself and I also care about like things around me. But to be honest, when you know all that is in here and in here, you already know, like, you like life just gets better, you know, because now you understand why a certain thing happened, and you really have to work on yourself. And for that to happen, you have to find yourself worthy of the work, you know. Now, why are you worthy of the work? Some of you just like don't love yourself enough to even like realize that or like come to that conclusion. So I will give you some reasons. Okay, so the first reason that I'm about to give you is going to be that you're the protagonist of this life, and like you better live a life that you don't regret at 80. Okay, like imagine being the protagonist of like an Imtiaz Ali film and like regret it all at 80. No, like literally don't do that to yourself. Okay, like you're the protagonist, bro. Okay, so this is philosophy and shit, but who even knows if any of this is real? What if you are not a body, and what if you're just a brain in the space and this is all just a stimulation? Who knows? Who knows? Do you know? Can you guarantee that it's not? No one can. So you might as well just live a life that counts, you know. And to be honest, why the hell would you like care more about others than yourself? Why the hell would you not work on yourself and your patterns, how you think in your own brain? Like your brain is the only thing, like if your brain shuts down, everything else shuts down. Okay, and like other organs also matter. Like I'm not uneducated and shit, but to be honest, like all these things matter, but the thing that matters the most, like the one keeping you alive the most, like the master, is your brain, you know. And I think hypothalamus is called the master of like everything. I don't know, like it's really called like, it has like a very dramatic name, like master of like something of that sort. But like I said, I'm forgetting bits. Anyways, your brain, think of your brain as a different person. Okay, your brain is keeping you alive, your brain is keeping your heart in check, your brain is keeping all your organs in check, your brain is literally sending out signals, literal signals, to every single area of your life, like of your body, and it is like working a lot. Why should you not like pay attention to how that works, you know, and how it's doing? Like your brain cares a lot about your body, so why the hell should you not care about your brain? You have to really like care about your brain. And to be honest, why the hell would you not care about yourself or your brain? Like your body literally works to make you alive. Okay, And like every time someone tells you, oh my god, you're not that special, bro, like everyone lives, everyone has a brain, and your wisdom is just like, it's like common knowledge. Every time someone just tells you that, you have to really like remember that, you know what, I was put in this world for a reason, okay? Like it's almost impossible for you to be here today, okay? It's very impossible, like it's very like the the chances were so low, yet you're here, so there must be a reason, okay? I believe that everything happens for a reason, shit, okay? Call me immature, call me a kid, call me anything you want, but this is what life has taught me. Like every single thing that happens in your life, the actions that you take, like when you do something and don't know the reason for that, like have you had moments like those? Yes, that's your subconscious mind, and it is actually really powerful, okay? Never underestimate that, never ever ever underestimate that, okay? Anyways, let's not really like get distracted, but you should always and always care about like your brain and how patterns work in you, because like the probability of you being born was so low, and yet you are here, so you were put on this earth for a reason. Like some force, like some force really like called you, okay? Believe that, even though you don't know for sure if it's real, you don't know for sure if this world is real, you don't know for sure if your body is real, you don't know for sure that the mirror is real. What if none of it is real? What if we are living in a stimulation? You don't know anything for sure, so why not just believe random shit if it's like helping you out or something? Like why not believe random shit? Like logically you know that it may not be true, but it is helping you, okay? So why not believe it? Seriously, believe anything that is like helping you improve the quality of your life, because that is like, that should be like your only goal in life, to improve the quality of your life only, okay? The thing is that if you were abused as a little kid, then first of all, I wish I could hug you physically, because I know exactly how that feels. I was abused, like I have been abused in many ways by many people throughout my entire life, okay? And that's like, at first when you deal with trauma, the question that haunts you the most is why did that happen to me? What did I do to deserve this? I must have been a very bad person like in my like previous life, if this has happened to me. Like I must have done something, but to be honest, the why does not have an answer. This this is like the most brutal thing to ever hear, especially as a trauma survivor. But the thing is that you did not deserve that, okay? But it happened, okay? And you did not deserve that, and it is unfair. You will see your abuser laughing, and like the thing like the question that haunted me, like the thing and the question that haunted me the most when I survived abuse and actually sat with the feeling, was that like the abuser abused me and they get to walk away, and like I was abused and now I have to deal with the consequences and the marks that they left on me. This is so unfair, and the thing is that it is unfair. It is unfair because the world is unfair. That is just how it works. And I know this feels brutal and I'm going to hold your hand, but this is very unfair and it shouldn't have happened and you don't deserve it. And the thing is that it is unfair. It is very unfair that the abuser just like abuses you and then they get to walk away and they don't even care. And you were abused and now you have to live with the consequences. Like they did that, why do I have to, like I was abused and on top of that I also have to deal with like the trauma that they left, the wounds that they left, the marks that they left on me. I have to also deal with that. It is deeply unfair and it's deeply like, I was so like, I felt absolute fury towards the universe when like I was like, why like the question that haunted me the most was why. Like I cannot tell you how many tears I shed over this question. Like why, like I would literally like go on my terrace and I would literally like scream like the main character, and I would be like, why, give me the answer now, why. No answer came, and no none will come. And so I have to tell you, it happened, okay? But the thing is that they did what they did. And to be honest, you win. And I will tell you exactly why. Your power is not your ability to cause pain to others. Your power is not your ability to seek revenge. What if I told you that the thing that you assume to be your weakness, the thing that you hate the most about yourself, is your power? What if I told you that? What if I told you that your soft heart was not your weakness, but indeed your greatest power? What if I told you that you being an empathetic person was the most powerful thing? What if I told you that your ability to stay soft even after all of it was your power? Your power is not your ability to take revenge or seek revenge. That is what I'm going to tell you. Like the thought is going to feel very satisfying. Like when I was abused, I legit, like I used to pray to God that, you know what, they did that to me and I want them dead. Like if they're not dead by the morning, you do not fucking talk to me, and I will literally become an atheist, because I was like 15 at the time, I was a kid. Okay, so I was like, I want them dead because they did something so shitty to me. What if I told you that your heart was the most powerful thing that you could have owned? What if I told you that the greatest revenge was not to see them hurt as much as they hurt you? And what if I told you that it was to never let that happen to you again, and also not give them even a single thought of your existence? Think about it. Someone who abused you for years, and someone who controlled you for years, and someone who manipulated you for years. Do you think that they deserve even a single thought of your pure existence? Do you believe that? They already abused you for years. They already manipulated you. They already like did so many shitty things. Like a human being can do like countless amount of like, I don't know, like they can do a lot, like there are a lot of things that a person can do. And do you think that they deserve to be here? What if you take away all their power from your life and you give them no thought, and you heal to a point where if they die or if they live did not even matter to you? You just became indifferent. And like Mother Taylor once said, to move on, you don't have to forgive or forget, you just have to become indifferent. And that can actually work for a lot of people, and it has worked for me very well. So basically, what if you take away all their control and you give it all to yourself? But for this to happen, you actually have to like ignite this fire inside you. Like this has worked for me, and just take whatever like works for your brain temperament. I cannot guarantee that this will work for you, but this might work for a lot of people. You have to ignite this fire in yourself, and you have to think about all these things, like all these things that have happened to you. And that is when the change is actually going to happen. The change does not come out of nowhere. You ignite it, you bring it out of yourself, because it exists only inside you already. You just have to bring it out and channel it and actually nourish it. That is exactly when it comes like to you, and it actually like manifests itself. Now, how can you ignite this fire inside of yourself? I have one method that I have invented. I believe I have. Someone must have like invented it 100 years back, or 1,000 years back, or 50 years back, and 10 years back. I don't care. But I believe that I like invented it. So I'm going to share it in my own words, in my own right. Okay. Think about all the things. Okay. Like just be like sad. Okay. Like when you start to like remember things and the flashbacks, because it happens. Okay, the flashbacks, when it, don't bring it out, like don't force it out, let it come naturally. And it does. Like a lot of trauma survivors, just like it happens. Okay, it happened to me on a daily basis. But whenever it comes for you, let it happen naturally. Don't force it, because then this method will not work. Okay, just let this sadness like come to you naturally. Okay, like hit you like a train. Okay, just let it hit you naturally. It happens. Okay, like when your brain wants to process a thing that has become overwhelming, then it like happens. Okay, just let it come naturally, because it will. Okay, just wait. Whenever that happens, and fortunately you're like alone and that happens, this is what you do. Stand in front of a mirror and watch your face as you cry. Imagine all the people who have abused you, used you, and have done all the bad things to you while standing in front of the mirror. Watch yourself crying and imagine all those people surrounding you. Now, this is what you're going to do. You are going to watch the person in the mirror from a third person's POV. The thing with empathetic people, like some of the empathetic people, is that they can empathize a lot with others and even their abusers, but they cannot empathize with themselves. Okay, so this is why this method works, and it has worked so well. Okay, for me, for others. I call this the mirror method. You just have to stand in front of the mirror and just imagine all those people surrounding you, and then look at yourself in the mirror and think of that person and use a third person's POV and think about it. Okay, this person was 5 when their father beat them up with a belt. Oh my god, like if you're an empathetic person, that is when the empathy is really going to like kick off, like hit you. Like all this happened to this person. Okay, think about it. Like when you were 5, your father abused you. When you were 6, you were told that you looked ugly. When you were 7, you were practically told that you are not enough and that you are not as good and all these things. Okay, anything that happened to you, everyone's story is different. You just have to think all about it. Okay, just think like this person, like a lot has happened to this person. Like when they were 4, like they did not have the money, they deserved it, they did not have it, they did not have the privilege. When they were 14 and a teenager, they did not have the privilege of having an iPhone, and they really wanted it, and they felt so left out and like the odd one out. This shouldn't have happened to this person. All these small things, they leave a mark. That is exactly why I told you to first take a deep dive into your life, like your past and everything. Okay, and your childhood and your teenage especially. Okay, but your childhood more, also your teenage. Give both equal values. Okay, because then only you can like gather the moments to practice this method. Okay, so now you just like remember all these things, and I think like most probably you are going to like really sympathize and like empathize with yourself from a third person's POV. And then you're going to think about, and this person's blame, like this person puts the blame on themselves. Oh my god, like a lot has happened to this person. Just watch yourself crying, and like this may not work for everyone, but this can work for a lot of people. And I don't care if this video does not reach many people, but this is just what I want to do. I don't care if this, like 100 years from now, like this pops up as an ancient method. I don't care. Like, I will be very happy in heaven. I don't care. And then, like, look around and really like imagine each person, okay? And then you're going to really like hug yourself like this, and like really like cry hard, okay? If you have to sob, literally cry like crazy. If you have to really like hug yourself. You're going to like hug yourself, and you're going to look around and imagine all those shitty people, and you're going to say, you know what, you all bitches, you all hurt this kid so much. Like, and then like while hugging, imagine hugging each version of yourself, okay? I imagine hugging my 14-year-old self, my 15-year-old self, my 16-year-old self, my 17-year-old self, my 5-year-old self, my 11-year-old self, because all of those like all of like who would I be without them? Like, then like if you practice this method, you're also going to develop so much respect for your older versions. Like, you like जब मैंने ये method practice नहीं किया था ना, तो I used to be like, when I was 14, I was such a bad person. I used to have these thoughts, and I used to really like just crash out, and I used to like really like like I was lazy, and I used to just like excuse myself with like a mental health issue. But when I practiced this method, I realized that I was not lazy. I was literally dealing with depression, and I was like I was diagnosed with it. That is like personal information, but yeah. And that is when I realized that. Before that, I used to like blame myself. I used to be like, I was such a lazy person when I was 14. No, who would I be if she did not like keep going? Like, I cannot believe, like, like the strongest person I've ever met is myself. I have so much respect for every version of myself. Like, after practicing this method, like all of these feelings have come to me, and I've just held on to them for life. And then you have like, while you're hugging yourself, you have to really like say, you know what, now this person, this girl or this boy, or whatever gender you are, if you're transgender, if you're like binary, non-binary, anything, you're going to say, you know, this person now is in my arms, and I take the responsibility to keep them safe. I will keep them safe no matter what. I will keep them safe. Now she's in my arms. You all have hurt her enough, and now I'm not going to let any of y'all bitches to fuck with her, okay? You messed with the wrong bitch. Because you have grown up. And imagine, like, if you got the time machine from Doraemon, and you could really go back and like see, or like if you would go back to the day where your like father brutally tortured you, you would absolutely 100% now as an adult save that child, okay? You would absolutely save that child. So why not do that? Why not do that internally now? This method kind of works like a time machine, to be honest. Like, I'm such a mastermind. I've like invented this method because I am so intelligent. I believe that, okay? Because I have literally lived my entire life being intelligent and told, oh my god, it's so emotional and so dumb. Bitch, I'm emotional, and that is exactly my superpower, and I don't care what you gotta say, okay? You literally cry over like politics and your favorite politician not winning, and you call me emotional? The audacity! Get your ass out of here, bitch. Also, don't let these people steal anything away from you, okay? Like, I have realized that after getting betrayed, many people become like, you know what, I was so dumb and so innocent. How could I trust them so easily? How could I do that? Like, why did I trust them so easily? It's because you're innocent. You're not dumb or naive in a vague sense, but you are actually innocent. And to be honest, innocence is one of the greatest traits to have. That is what I have learned in my life. And because like I I'm such, like, I'm so packed with wisdom. This is what I can say. Like, this is like my experience, and to be honest, I have lived such an adventurous life. So, like, yeah, like, I think my opinion really matters. So, this is what I have, like, realized, that innocence is one of the greatest traits, the most powerful traits you can ever have. Like, all these things that the society labels as dumb and naive and, like, useless and emotional, these are the most powerful things. Like, the irony. Phew. See, I was betrayed, and, like, yeah, I have been betrayed many times, okay? But I refuse to let these people make me, like, turn me into Catherine Pierce, like, calculating every move, being 4 steps ahead, trusting no one. No, that's not me. That is not me. Not at all. I refuse to be that. Why? Because who am I if I'm not innocent? See, the thing is that you believe people so easily because, like, genuinely मुझे समझ में नहीं आता, like, आई एम जस्ट लिविंग माई लाइफ, ओके? एंड, लाइक, सच बोलना मेरे लिए सबसे आसान काम है, सबसे आसान काम। लाइक, जब तक नौबत नहीं आएगी मरने की ना, तब तक मैं झूठ नहीं बोलूँगी, ठीक है? लेकिन, लाइक, सच बोलना सबसे आसान काम है। सच बता दिया भाई कि हाँ, मुझे ऐसे 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 फील हुआ था। पर ये जो डरपोक लोग होते हैं सबसे ज़्यादा वही झूठे होते हैं, वही लोग झूठे होते हैं। जो जनरली, लाइक, पता है कितनी करेज लगती है, कितनी पावर लगती है सच बोलने में। और जब कोई बहुत, लाइक, अपने अंदर, लाइक, डेवलप्ड होता है, सिक्योर होता है ना, तभी वो सच बोल सकता है, वरना तो भाई झूठे फरे भी भरे हुए हैं इस दुनिया में। बट द थिंग इज़ दैट मैं लिटरली, लाइक, मेरे को समझ ही नहीं आता कि लोग झूठ क्यों बोलते हैं। लाइक, सच बोलना मेरे लिए सबसे आसान काम है। लाइक, मैं नहीं सोचूंगी कि अरे ये इसने मुझे ट्रस्ट दे दिया, ये तो बेवकूफ़ है, मैं तो दूसरे के पास जाऊँगी, मैं तो ये मेरे को समझ ही नहीं आता लोग ऐसा करेंगे क्यों भाई? एनर्जी क्यों वेस्ट करनी है अपनी? मुझे तो आज तक मुझे समझ में नहीं आई ये चीज़ कि भाई कोई झूठ क्यों बोलता है, कोई किसी को धोखा क्यों दे। अरे, मुझे इसलिए समझ में नहीं आता, इसलिए मैं लोगों को पकड़ती ही नहीं हूँ कि लोग धोखा क्यों देंगे, क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि भाई मेरे दिमाग में आते नहीं ख्याल। मुझे अगर किसी को छोड़ना है भाई तो मैं बोलूँगी यार मुझे तुझे छोड़ना है। धोखा भाई मुझे समझ में ही नहीं आता यार, क्या कॉन्सेप्ट क्या है, क्या ज़रूरत क्या है, मुझे जनरली समझ में नहीं आता। मुझे लेजिट ये जो अजीब सी नेगेटिव चीज़, क्योंकि मैं झूठ नहीं बोलती, वो मेरा नेचर नहीं है, वो, लाइक, मेरा नेचुरल इंस्टिंक्ट नहीं है, तो इसलिए मेरे दिमाग में आता ही नहीं कि वो झूठ बोल रहा है, मेरे दिमाग में आता ही नहीं। और कोई मुझे धोखा दे भी देता है तो मेरे को डिसअपॉइंटमेंट होती है, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगता कि अरे इसने मुझे धोखा दे दिया, इसने मुझे धोखा क्यों दिया। नहीं, दे दिया भाई। आई विल नॉट रियली आर्ग्यू विद यू, ओके? लाइक, तुमने, लाइक, जो धोखा देता है भाई उसका दिमाग ही ख़राब होता है, मैं तो कहती हूँ। जो झूठ बोलता है, जो धोखा देता है भाई, उसका दिमाग ही ख़राब है भाई, दिमाग सड़ा हुआ है उसका भाई। मतलब मुझे तो समझ में ही नहीं आता भाई कि अपनी एनर्जी क्यों लगाओ भाई। ऑनेस्ट रहना सबसे ईजी काम है दुनिया में, सबसे ईजी। किसी को झूठ ही नहीं बोला तुमने, झूठ बोल दिया, 70 जगह झूठ बोल दिया, अब किसको कौन सा झूठ बोला भूल गए। किसी के सामने कुछ भी जाके बोल दिया, अरे तूने तो ये बोला, शिट, मतलब खुद ही दुविधा में फंस गए तुम। क्यों करना है भाई? तो समझ में नहीं आता, मेरा नेचुरल स्टेट ही वही नहीं है। तुमको समझ नहीं आता भाई, धोखा दे रहा है, अरे ये इसने ऐसा, ये धोखा दे रहा है, मुझे समझ में नहीं आता। मुझे कोई धोखा देता मुझे पता चलता है, बस मुंह बनाती हूँ और सोचती हूँ यार कैसे से लोग हैं भाई। मेरे को समझ, जनरली मुझे आज तक कॉन्सेप्ट समझ ही नहीं आया धोखेबाजी का भाई। सच बोल के निकलो ना भाई, ये क्या एनर्जी, इसको भी चाहिए उसको भी चाहिए। ये लोग इनसिक्योर होते हैं, लोग बेवकूफ़ होते हैं भाई। ये सारे ना डरपोक से डरपोक आदमी जो होगा ना, वही ये धोखेबाजी, झूठ, फरेब, यही पागल से लोग हैं भाई। सिंपल लाइफ जीनी नहीं, हम तो इधर जाएं इधर। अरे डोंट लेट दीज पीपल टेक अवे योर इनोसेंस, बिकॉज, लाइक, ऐसा सोचना कि अरे ये तो ऐसे कर रहा है तो ये धोखा ही दे रहा होगा, इसके पीछे क्या इंटेंशन है, इसने ऐसा क्यों बोला, ये क्यों किया, वो क्यों किया। दिस रियली टेक्स अवे, like, a lot of your energy. Am I not aware that this person will betray me first chance they get? Yes, I am aware, but I still choose to be innocent in this cunty world. Because why? Because who am I if I'm not innocent? Like, I refuse to give them my innocence because, like, that is like, I'm innocent and I choose to, like, I want to be soft. I don't want this world to, like, steal away my innocence, my softness, my ability to forgive, and all these things. I don't want, like कुछ भी करो मेरे साथ, I will not lose my softness, because I know, like I have recognized that it's not my weakness, it is my greatest strength. And so I don't let these people steal away my innocence, because they don't deserve it. Like, why would I give my innocence away to someone who does not give a shit about me? Don't be Catherine Pierce, be Caroline Forbes. Aware but innocent. You don't always have to do that. That takes a lot of your, like, that consumes a lot of your mental energy. Don't do that to yourself. That's self abuse. Let this be a choice that you make. Like, do you want to stay innocent, or do you want the world to turn you bitter? Because that really, like, takes away a lot, like that consumes a lot of your mental energy. I have been there, and you are also going to no, if you're naturally that way, like you're always three steps ahead, then I understand, okay, that's your natural state. But if you're not, and you're an innocent person, and this world has turned you into something, like someone who's just like always suspicious, don't be that. You get to choose, okay? You don't have to give up on your innocence to be wise. To be innocent is to be wise, okay? Don't let this world manipulate you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked this video. What the fuck am I saying? Like, my English was so bad in this video. Like, I cannot believe, like, it's so much better in real life. And to be honest, on this channel I want to really like put everything, because I have a lot of wisdom, I have a lot of humor, I have 100 different personalities, because I'm a Gemini. And you just have to like don't just listen to my words and go, okay, that really like frustrates me. Take something away from it, okay? Even 5%, take it away from me, from the video, okay? I hope you liked the video. I love you all, and I don't expect this to even reach like 5 people, but who knows. Goodbye. Okay, so here's a little background about me. Basically the last 4 years of my life were the first years of my life, because I had lost myself entirely, and I was just trying to find myself constantly. And I don't know, I just wanted to like find myself and reconnect with myself, but the environment that I was in was not allowing me to do that. So now that I have finally, like, now that the war is over, I'm so proud of myself, and I just want to do everything that I've always wanted to do. And like, I'm just someone who, like, I have abundant self-love for myself, okay? And that is why I think that even though I'm young, even though I'm 18, I can give like advice on self-love to even 25 years olds, because I am just that intelligent, because I have not gotten my wisdom from some scripture or some book. I mean, I do read a lot of like self-help books, but I have actually gotten all my wisdom from life, and I'm also a great introspector. So that's why I believe that I can give out that advice, and it's literally worth billions. And I just believe that. And every human being has one or two narcissistic traits, so this is mine, because I have been through a lot. And so I just want to do something which makes everything that I went through at 14 worth it, you know? I just want to like channel my energy, channel my pain into something good, like something like some creative shit, okay? That is what I want to do, and this is